On 31st January 2020, the United Kingdom completed its withdrawal from the European Union. This historic event, known as Brexit, marked the end of almost 50 years of membership. Brexit has had a profound impact on the UK, affecting trade, immigration, and its economy. The decision to leave the EU was made in a 2016 referendum. Voters chose to leave, driven by concerns over sovereignty and immigration. The years since the vote have been marked by political turmoil and economic uncertainty. The UK government has faced the daunting task of negotiating a new relationship with the EU. Some sectors of the economy have benefited from the weaker pound, while others have struggled with new trade barriers. Immigration has fallen, leading to labour shortages in some industries. The full consequences of Brexit will not be known for many years to come. The EU is the UK's closest neighbour and its largest trading partner. Brexit has undoubtedly changed the nature of this relationship. One of the most significant consequences of Brexit has been the erection of new trade barriers between the UK and the EU. Before Brexit, goods could move freely between the two. Since the end of the transition period, businesses have had to contend with customs checks and paperwork. This has added to the cost of doing business and made it more difficult for UK companies to export their goods to the EU. The impact of these new trade barriers has been felt most acutely in sectors such as agri-food and textiles. These industries rely heavily on exports to the EU and have been hit hard by the increased costs and delays. Despite the challenges, some sectors of the UK economy have benefited from Brexit. The weaker pound has made UK exports more competitive on global markets. This has been a boon for industries such as tourism and manufacturing. However, these gains have been offset by the losses in other sectors. Overall, the evidence suggests that Brexit has had a negative impact on the UK economy. Brexit has also had a significant impact on immigration to the UK. One of the key drivers of the Leave vote was a desire to reduce immigration. Following the referendum, the UK government introduced a new points-based immigration system. Under the new system, EU citizens no longer have the automatic right to live and work in the UK. Instead, they must apply for a visa, just like citizens of any other country. The new immigration system has led to a significant fall in the number of EU citizens coming to live and work in the UK. This has been particularly noticeable in sectors such as hospitality, agriculture, and social care. While EU immigration has fallen, there has been an increase in immigration from non-EU countries. This is partly due to the new points-based system, which makes it easier for skilled workers from outside the EU to come to the UK. The impact of Brexit on immigration is complex and multifaceted. It is clear that Brexit has led to a significant change in the composition of the UK's population. The economic impact of Brexit has been a subject of much debate. The UK economy has grown more slowly than many other developed economies since the referendum. The Office for Budget Responsibility estimates that Brexit will reduce the UK's GDP by 4% in the long run. This is because of the new trade barriers with the EU, which are making it more difficult for UK businesses to export their goods and services. The negative economic impact of Brexit is already being felt by households and businesses across the UK. The cost of living has risen sharply as the weaker pound has made imported goods more expensive. Businesses are facing higher costs, leading to lower profits and investment. The UK government has introduced support schemes for businesses, but they have not been enough to offset the negative impact of Brexit. The UK is still adjusting to its new life outside the EU. The government is negotiating new trade deals with other countries and trying to develop a new economic model for the UK. However, there is still a great deal of uncertainty about the future. The UK's relationship with the EU is likely to remain complex and challenging. The two sides have different visions for their future relationship, and there are a number of unresolved issues, such as the Northern Ireland Protocol. The UK is facing a number of other challenges in addition to Brexit. These include the COVID-19 pandemic, the war in Ukraine, and the climate crisis. Brexit has led to new trade barriers, changes to immigration, and a slowdown in economic growth.